ever feel like you're constantly bracing for impact, trying to shield yourself from criticism, rejection, loss? Do you long for the day when the pain finally stops, that silent anguish that gnaws even when you smile? Maybe you're exhausted from trying to please everyone, from maintaining a facade of strength when you just want to rest. But here's a truth many avoid. Trying to escape pain only gives it more control. Numbing, protecting, hiding, these keep you hostage to external events, to hurtful words, to disappointing actions, to deafening silences. This isn't weakness. It's a common human experience. Some just hide it better. The Stoics knew that true strength wasn't about being untouchable, but about our inner world. It's not about shielding yourself. It's about integrating, bringing your inner shadows to light. Real strength isn't the absence of pain, but the full awareness of who you are, even when hurting. If you're here, it's for a reason. This is for you, tired of being wounded by everything and everyone, feeling emotionally vulnerable, as if others hold a power over you. It doesn't have to be this way, but it requires facing truths that might sting, truths that can ultimately set you free. Let's begin. You believe external things hurt you, others' actions, harsh words, abandonment, betrayal. But the brutal truth is, none of this has power unless there's already an open wound inside. What hurts isn't what others do, it's what it activates within you. It's the story you tell yourself, the old trauma unaddressed, the emptiness disguised as strength. The Stoics understood that our judgments about events cause more suffering than the events themselves. Our inner state dictates how we experience the external world. Here's an uncomfortable truth. You still suffer because you believe you can control how the world treats you. You strive to be good enough, smart enough, strong enough, as if that guarantees no one will hurt you. But control is an illusion, leading to constant tension, trying to predict the unpredictable. Want to stop suffering? Stop protecting yourself from suffering. You need more awareness, not more control. As long as you believe others need to change for your pain to cease, you're enslaved by their actions. Your freedom begins when you realize external things only have power if they resonate within you. This is the battlefield, your inner world. What you don't see, understand, and masters you. Let's delve deeper, where true transformation begins. We're told we control our lives. But are we truly awake, or living on autopilot, reacting without knowing why, feeling without understanding the source, making self-sabotaging decisions? The Stoics emphasized self-examination. Our reactions stem from our interpretations. The pain you feel, the sudden anger, the unexplained sadness, none of this is random. They're messages from forgotten, ignored, repressed parts of you. Think of triggers. Certain words devastate you while others don't care. Those words touch sensitive, unresolved points within you. If they're alive, it's because you've never confronted them, just pushed them away, only to stumble over them repeatedly. Trying to suppress these feelings doesn't work. Judging, repressing, silencing yourself doesn't solve anything. The inner world doesn't disappear when ignored. It manifests in toxic relationships, self-sabotage, anxieties. This isn't bad luck. It's your inner world trying to wake you up. Want to stop hurting? Stop running from what's inside. Without knowing your inner world, you're a puppet of your emotions. The more you protect yourself from external pain, the more vulnerable you become internally. The way out isn't defense, it's integration, deep self-knowledge. Let's explore this. What does it truly mean to be unshakable? This strength doesn't come from armor, but from acceptance. Most try to avoid hurt by closing off, building walls, wearing masks, pretending nothing affects them. They say, "I don't care," but inside, they bleed. The problem isn't feeling. It's not knowing what and why you're feeling. This happens to those who don't know themselves. Becoming emotionally strong isn't about being cold, ignoring pain, avoiding conflict, or pretending not to care. It's about integrating, accepting, bringing your buried parts to light. You don't become untouchable by creating barriers. You become untouchable when you realize nothing can touch what's already embraced within. When you integrate your shadows, fears, flaws, insecurities, you stop reacting. You choose. You're no longer an emotional puppet. That's true freedom. This process of becoming whole, of integrating all aspects of ourselves, is key. It's not about perfection, but about wholeness. You don't need to be better, you need to be whole. The secret: the more you run from pain, the more it chases you, the more fragile you become. But when you face your wounds, accepting all of who you are, nothing outside can dismantle you. This path requires courage to look within, abandon masks, feel. Because within pain lies the key to transformation. Let's explore how suffering can become a gateway to true strength without fear. You learned to hate pain early on. Suffering was weakness. Crying was a waste. Feeling too much made you vulnerable. So you ran, avoided, denied. But the more you fled, the more it chased you, disguising itself as anxiety, anger, apathy, self-destructive urges you didn't understand. Ignored pain doesn't disappear. It digs tunnels, leading to sudden collapse. The Stoics saw discomfort as a potential teacher, building resilience. What is this pain trying to show you? Suffering intensifies when you're at war with yourself. One part wants growth, another resists change. There's an inner call for transformation, but the ego resists. This friction creates pain. Change hurts, growth hurts, letting go hurts. It's an internal process of death and rebirth. But in this space of ruin, something new can emerge. When everything is deconstructed, when certainties crumble, when pain exposes your vulnerability, you see your true self, without the layers, the performance, the mask. At that point, suffering becomes sacred, bringing you to your knees before your own truth. Suffering isn't a system failure, it's part of the process, the beginning of a journey towards wholeness. Most give up before crossing that dark valley. Not you. If you're here, you're ready to cross. Let's understand how this happens, how this path, however lonely, ultimately sets you free. It's getting deeper now. Few have the courage to begin this inner journey, and fewer complete it because it doesn't promise comfort, guarantees, or ego protection. It often dismantles the ego. This journey is about becoming who you are, which means unlearning who you thought you were. This hurts more than external rejection, because you realize much of your identity was an illusion, built for survival, not true living. This path requires dissolving the persona, the mask of social convenience. You need to shed layers to find what lies beneath. This is when you become truly unshakable. Not because nothing affects you, but because you faced your inner fire. You've confronted your shame, neediness, anger, and said, "I see you, and you no longer control me." This internal clarity, facing your own darkness, gives you a strength independent of approval, recognition, or control. You no longer need everyone to love you, win every argument, or appear strong, because you know who you are. True emotional armor isn't a shell, it's an inner core, the integration of all your parts into a steady center. You may feel pain, but it doesn't break you. You may be hurt, but you don't lose yourself, because you've stopped reacting and become whole. You've moved from the surface to the depths. This depth can bring solitude, not because you'll be alone, but because few can accompany you. Most are trapped on the surface, in masks, fearing feelings. As you free yourself, you naturally distance yourself. This isn't rejection, but maturation. You outgrow where you once hid. This leads to the final point: consciousness as your shield. It's not strength that protects you, but clarity. Let's finish this crossing together. We're almost there. Now that you've come this far, understand this clearly. Nothing will shield you from external suffering if you remain unconscious of your inner world. Words will still hurt. Rejections will still sting. Losses will still bring you down until you awaken. Awakening isn't magic. It's a daily choice. It's looking within even when it hurts, taking responsibility for your feelings without blaming others, the past, or fate. The Stoics practiced accepting what they couldn't control and focusing on what they could, their thoughts and actions. You've spent your life resisting the fear of inadequacy, the emptiness of rejection, the pain of loneliness, the anguish of not being seen. You hid, silenced yourself, tried to control everything, be perfect, be strong, leading to exhaustion. But now you know, true emotional immunity isn't hardness, it's clarity. It's not about armor, it's about expanding awareness. When you understand your triggers, patterns, wounds, others' actions lose their power to destroy you. You still feel, but don't drown. You still suffer, but don't lose yourself. This changes everything. What shields you isn't avoiding life, it's diving deeply into it. Surface dwellers are hurt by any wave. Divers know the silence, stability, and power below. That's where you're headed. When you live from integration, presence, acceptance, the world may try to knock you down, but it will no longer find where to hit you. Subscribe for more free, valuable videos. Thanks for watching Mind Unbound.